Are you tired of going to YouTube or Google for answers to your home improvement questions? Maybe you have more projects than you have time. No matter where you are in the process, Pro 93 Home Solutions is ready to serve you. Pro 93 is a local, veteran-owned company offering residential and commercial remodeling, cleaning, and security. Contact us today at 458-4135 or online at pro93homesolutions.com. Let the pros at Pro 93 find the solution for your home or business. That's 458-4135.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's installment of Home Solutions, brought to you by Pro 93 Home Solutions. Dennis Purvis in the Mix 1041 studio. Happy Saturday to everybody. Hope everyone is cooling off from these beautiful hot June and now July temperatures as we move into the summer, the heat of the death of summer here. Hope everybody is finding ways, creative ways to stay cool. Lots of looks like all the swimming pools and watering holes have been full up here recently, and we'll all get together and pray for some rain, because God knows we need some right now. But as always, we're brought to you by Pro 93 Home Solutions as your local only local home and garden show. We are your local general contractor for all things you need around the house, whether it's maybe a kitchen, bathroom remodel, an addition, maybe a new custom house. We'll take every bit of it. We'll love to come out and give you a free estimate and partner with you on your home improvement needs. Don't forget, we also have our clean team, our residential clean team, and our light commercial. If you've got a business, an office, or maybe your home, you're looking for someone to come in and either weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, we would love Wendy would love to come out and give you an estimate and get you going and get you as part of our family. And if you just got maybe a move in or a move out or a post construction, you've had some remodeling done and you want to get something cleaned up. I know Wendy reminds me quite often that the idea of a contractor's idea of cleaning and her idea of cleaning are two very different things. So we would love to help you even on a one-time deep clean. Give us a call. We'd love to help you out. 458-4135 or pro93homesolutions.com. Give us a call. We'd love to take care of you. So after I've got the shameless plug out of the way, I'm excited today because I've got one of my favorite guests back with us in studio, Melissa Carden with Misty Mountain Floristry and Greenhouse. Melissa, welcome back to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Well, no, listen, it's, we're home and garden, and I feel all the time that home gets most of the attention. We need more garden. And you drive around town and you see the folks that've got some beautiful yards, beautiful hanging plants on their porches that they're all trying to keep watered right now,
yes.
And keep from burning up. But it seemed to be a good time as we get into summer. And I know we'll talk later. One of the things that you and I were talking about before we came on air is now's the time for starting to prep kind of those fall gardens and getting those things ready, getting everything planned out. But as we get in here, first of all, tell everybody kind of the Misty Mountain story, how you guys got into this, and location where you guys are at, and how you can help folks in the area.
How we got into the business currently. Our current business is a pretty long story, and I don't think everybody has the time for that. But God has truly blessed us. My husband was born and raised here in Bradley County. I was raised here in Bradley County. I was actually born in McMinn. But we were raised right here, and agriculture is our first and foremost product. We really enjoy the agricultural industry because, like you said, getting outside sometimes just the way of life. That's what we really need to do. As far as the summertime, preparation's key.
Yeah.
Preparation's key. I mean, watering your plants, they really need to be focused on watering right now. Irrigation system is a good thing. It does not have to be an expensive thing. You can irrigate with just about anything.
You can irrigate with a garden hose and a screwdriver.
Yes, you truly can. I mean,
my grandfather had a farm. Trust me, I've stuck out there with an awl and a rubber hose and keep poking holes till it goes both directions. That's what I was told.
I've seen some pretty interesting get-ups.
Yes,
they all work.
Yeah, you got to get the water to the crop, man.
And that's the thing. Yes, you do. And as far as crop can be anything you want it to be. It can be from shrubs. It can be whatever you're proud of, whatever you want to do.
And some of you are listening out there right now going, good. I'm glad you said that because I'm growing weeds.
Weeds are fine. Weeds are just distinguished by where it's at.
Yeah,
If
there
it
you
looks
go.
good where it's at, it's not a weed. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, I may need to use that. I like that. Hey, doesn't it look really good? I don't care that it's a weed. It's got some character.
Queen Anne's lace is some folks' weed. It's and I like to use it in floral arrangements.
Yeah.
So
I remember you saying that last time you were here.
Yes, I do. I really love to use Queen Anne's lace.
So you talk about agriculture, something that's kind of in your kind of family's kind of DNA. What got you into the floral? How'd you get into flowers and floral? And we got a little bit of time.
Oh, mercy.
What made you decide, hey, I've got a knack for this. I've got an eye for this. This is something I want to do. Well, you're laughing already. So this ought to be a good one.
It's a really, really long story. First of all, when I first started, I could kill anything. My daughters love to tell the story of how I came in and said, hey guys, let's take one of those buildings and turn it into a greenhouse. And my oldest daughter said, oh God, we're going to go broke and we're all going to starve to death. This is not going to be good.
You sound like my kids talking about my cooking. Go ahead.
It did turn into good. And at the time, I did wholesale.
Yeah.
I did a lot of wholesale growing. I wasn't much interested into the retail. We lived right in the middle of the mountains, which we really loved. But like I said, we did wholesale. Our daughters grew up, and when they were in college. And then, so we wholesaled. We continued to wholesale. And then all at once, a great big miracle happened, and God brought us our one and only son. And so, couldn't truck with a baby.
No.
It's a little difficult.
Yes, ma'am.
So my husband just said, well, hon, I don't see you quitting doing anything, but if you want to, go ahead and you can just quit and stay home with the baby. And I'm like, well, and he's like, I figured you'd think that, so let's go find you some land we can retail on. And I said, okay, sounds good.
I already like your husband. That sounds phenomenal.
Oh, he's a hoot. He's a go-getter. But we did, and he bought that property, and he built us a house on the slow road side, and built us a greenhouse on the high road side, which is Spring Place Road. So, and then one thing led to another. I kept having customers come in and say, hey, can you make me this floral arrangement? Can you do this? And the next thing we know, my son's growing up.
And you're in the florist business.
We're in the florist business, full swing, every day, year round. And we love every minute of it. So we like to say all things blooming we can handle.
I love that. So tell everybody where you guys are located at and how they can get a hold of you.
We're at 4220 Spring Place Road, Cleveland, Tennessee, 37323. Our phone number is 423-503-5962. You can also go on our website at www.mistymountainflorist.com. And we're also on Facebook.
There you go.
Anything that major happens on Facebook. If we go on sale, we're on Facebook. So, well,
what I loved about your website too is, especially on the floral arrangements, you guys have a pretty kind of updated system where folks can go right on and
absolutely
and order arrangements. You've got, just it's amazing to me, just hearing your story to where you're on there now, and it looks like places that have been doing this for somebody been doing it 50, 100 years. Some of these families that have been doing floral arrangements, but you guys have everything on there for pretty much every occasion.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Even I was on there this morning, and it was just you had summer arrangements.
Absolutely.
And for a dumb guy like me who needs to buy flowers at times to get out of trouble.
We take care of that a lot.
Yes,
a lot more than you know.
I have made the call before. I won't lie. I've made the call. Look, here, I've done a stupid thing, and I really need a pretty something. Here's her favorite color. What can you do? And they're like, and then I just leave it up to them, and it's worked every time. So, I'm sure you get that call a lot.
We do. And we have a pretty good staff that'll be glad to help out in any way.
Fantastic. So folks, give them a call and see, try them out. So, but you guys do things not just for, you guys do everything from like birthdays, anniversaries, but you guys also do funeral too, correct?
Absolutely. We unfortunately, but fortunately, that is one of our largest markets in the florist, and it's kind of a bittersweet thing too. I mean, you know, we just recently, not too long ago, lost an important member of our family. And
sorry to hear that, ma'am.
It's, you know, it's one of those things, but you know, I realized, if I hadn't already realized it, how important it is to have those flowers around you when you're putting your loved one to rest.
Yeah. And what I've noticed recently is folks doing a lot of plants.
Absolutely.
It seems to be in the last few years, because those flowers, you know, they look beautiful, but they are going to die. They are going to fade. Having something that folks can take home, a family can take home and grow with.
Everything has its place for the person you're sending.
Yeah,
to.
it
Everything
does.
has
That's a
its
great.
place. We, any given day, we send out usually several orders of chimes, wind chimes.
That was the other thing I was going to bring up is one of my best friends.
Wind chimes.
One of my best friends passed away from COVID at the end of last year. I actually officiated his service, and a good friend of the family's bought his 2 children a set of wind chimes, and his mama. And they were there, and I was like, and then I thought about it. Every time they hear that on their front porch, they're thinking of him. And that is just, to me, those are the kind of things that, you know, those little things do mean so much.
Yes, they do.
You know, it meant a lot for me, and I wasn't the one taking them home. Absolutely. Just to know that next time I go see them, or I'm sitting on his mama's front porch, he's there.
Yes.
You know, so yeah, it's I know, unfortunately, it seems like with everything that's gone on in the last couple of years with the pandemic and everything else. Yes. But I think the other thing is, you know, where your guys' location is, there's not much on that south end, because I live out in that area. Right. You know, to be able to, and if you haven't been down Bates Pike, Spring Place Road out there, that area, folks, there are churches everywhere. Absolutely. You know, you think there's a lot of churches in downtown Cleveland, go out in the county. And
praise the Lord.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, my dad's,
it's God's country.
Listen, I'm a pastor's kid. And my dad always says the longer the church name, the smaller the church. And you go out there and you'll find the church of the fire blessed from above. Yeah. Yeah. Not saying it's not but good, but it's, you go out there and there are some good church names. They spend a lot of money on the sign. Yes. No, just, you guys got a kind of a great location out there where you are. I know the facility out there is great. I know my wife went out last year and, got some, cause you guys not only have flowers, you guys got like outdoor, she brought home signs or whatever you call them, like little,
we have little gifts,
gifts and stuff. Yeah. That are out there. She really dug that. And that's something you don't see at most florists, because number one, most florist offices, you know, most of us can picture one florist, you've seen them all. You know, they're usually small, cramped. They've got as much chalked into there as they can, but still not everything they have. But you guys having a little more space, yes, and having that area for people to really feel like they can go out and take a look.
Yes, there again, that handy husband came in handy one more time. So when I outgrew the initial building I was in, he's like, okay. We'll just put walls up on your cell shed out there and you'll have yourself a shell room. So I did. So he did. And we have a cell room.
Well, there you go.
So now we make everything in one building and sell everything in the other.
Listen, and right before we take a break, tell everybody one more time where you guys are located and what the phone number is out there.
4220 Spring Place Road, Cleveland, Tennessee, 37323. Phone number is 423-728-5100.
So listen, you guys hang in there. No matter how you're listening today, hang in there for just a few minutes. Give us just a few. We'll be right back after this break. We'll come back. We're going to talk a little bit about, you know, it's Maybe not the time to be planting much right now with the sun is scorching hot. But if you're trying to make preparations for the fall, or maybe you're just, you've always wanted to get into it. You've always wanted to have a nicer flower beds or put in some raised beds, do some sort of fix up on your curb appeal. We're going to let Melissa give you some tips and things you need to start thinking about now for that fall planting season. Listen, we're listening to Home Solutions right here on Mix 104.1 and 101.3 The Buzz. We'll be right back.
Are you tired of going to YouTube or Google for answers to your home improvement questions? Maybe you have more projects than you have time. No matter where you are in the process, Pro 93 Home Solutions is ready to serve you. Pro 93 is a local, veteran-owned company offering residential and commercial remodeling, cleaning, and security. Contact us today at 458-4135 or online at pro93homesolutions.com. Let the pros at Pro 93 find the solution for your home or business. That's 458-4135.
Welcome back, everybody, to Home Solutions. Dennis Purvis here in the studio with Melissa from Misty Mountain Floristry and Greenhouse. And listen, we just want to say thank you today for however you're listening or watching. For those of you that are out in your cars today on Saturday morning, maybe you're out trying to scratch some things off your honey-do list. Maybe you're headed out to one of the local florists, greenhouses, big box stores, or hardware stores, getting your things prepared for your home. Maybe you're listening online, streaming on the website, or you've got the Mix 104.1 app, which if you don't have, you need to grab it. Remember, we are the area's only area for local Bradley County news. Breaking news all comes first, comes right here out of Cleveland, Tennessee. And we can't forget, we got to wave, Melissa, say hi to everybody out there in Facebook world. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for taking part every week. Thank you for the comments and the suggestions of who we need to have on next. We've gotten some great guests just from taking a look at those comment boxes. So as we get going here, Melissa, we talked a little bit about your guys' florist capabilities. You know, Misty Mountain is a full market florist for every holiday, every get out of jail free card you need, husbands, every get out of the doghouse present you need. Her and her staff will create the perfect thing to hopefully ease tensions when you get back. But whether it's a birthday, an anniversary, a get well, or unfortunately, if it comes to the unfortunate situation of a funeral, they can help you out with everything. But another aspect of their business, which obviously is, I would guess, is not a huge thing right now for you, Melissa, because of the heat. Yes. But we still, but we got a couple weeks here, or a couple months until kind of that fall window opens back up to planning. And is it safe to say, now listen, I know enough about this to be dangerous. I've learned more from you than I probably ever knew, just having you on the show a couple times. But am I wrong that if somebody goes out and tries to plant something right now or put some shrubs in right now, chances are they're just setting themselves up for failure?
Well, I wouldn't say that exactly. I think as long as they plan and prepare for it, I wouldn't recommend mass planting right now, but sometimes that's the only time that you have to do anything.
Yeah.
So if you find yourself in the position that you need to plant a shrub, that's great. Plant a shrub, but really pay close attention to digging that hole 2 times the amount of what you need, which has always been the recommendation. I would even go a little bit further for many different reasons. One, once you dig that hole really well and you get that shrub planted in there, and you tap that dirt back in, you just keep watering and water. Once you get it tapped in there, mulch it really good, and don't be afraid to water it every day while we're not getting any rain.
Yeah.
Every afternoon. It's always best to go straight for the root, though. Keep it watered.
So
Good drained soil, but keep it watered.
A question even for folks that have current things. I know we're in that stage of summer where we get those passing 15-minute thunder showers.
Oh, yes.
4:00 every day like clockwork.
Yes.
Question is that enough water?
I have not found it to be, but now I will say the more established plants, you're more likely to benefit from those 15-minute showers. The new plants, I would not just rely on a 15-minute shower. Now,
is that because the root system's so shallow and hasn't established yet?
It is. It's not established to the ground that it's been placed in yet. But also those 15-minute showers at this time of year, usually everything is so dry everything else is pretty greedy. It's going to take that water immediately. You know, it's like being in a desert right now. Everything needs to be watered.
And I heard you say just a minute ago, and wanted to ask, you use the word prepare.
Prepare.
And that's something let's take a second here, because for somebody like me who is, I wouldn't even call myself an amateur green thumb. I'm probably an aqua thumb at the best. But I don't know much about, plants. What do you mean when you say prepare? Like, even if somebody's looking, okay, this fall, I want to redo my front bed, or I want to put in a garden box, or I want to do something. What do they need to be doing to get ready for, you don't just go to the store. I'm assuming you don't just go to Misty Mountain, grab your flat, or grab your bush, or grab your shrub, whatever you're going to do, and just stick it in the ground. There needs to be some things they need to do before, correct?
There does need to be some things that they need to do before. First of all, if you're going to plant a garden, mass planting, we'll just gear toward mass planting right now. If you're going to do that, find out where you're going to put it. Obviously, be sure that ground is worked up really good and it's really loose. And that's not just for a vegetable garden. Yeah, that's if you're going to do any kind of mass planting. Even
if maybe you're cutting in new beds around your porch.
Absolutely.
Anything that's going to be, something like that. Mm-hmm. Do they still use rototillers?
Absolutely.
I remember I knew my grandpa loved me.
Yeah, that's one of my son's favorite jobs.
When I got to go run the rototiller, it was, I'm telling you, I was 9, 10 years old, and I felt like a grown up.
King. Yeah. King for a minute.
And nobody had ever touched that but Papaw, and I got to go out there and do it. You need to turn up soil. Around here, we've got, especially in a lot of the new subdivisions, where, they keep finding new places to put subdivisions and and it's not always on farmland. A lot, my subdivision, for example, was an old chert pit. So you get just a couple of inches below a little topsoil, and you're getting into a lot of small gravel.
Yes.
What is your advice for folks when they get into that? Like, they don't have great ground.
Okay. That is another key in preparedness. Once you get that dirt loosened, get a soil test.
Really?
Get a soil test. That is always, they even sell even if you just do the little miniature soil test that you can purchase anywhere. I sell them down at the farm. Anything like that to grab a hold of what nutrients that you have. And that'll give you some idea of what nutrients that you need.
Gotcha.
And so you've decided you're going to put in evergreen shrubs, which is always a good idea.
Yeah.
It's a good plan. So you're going to prepare that soil for the evergreen shrub that you're going to put in. And you're going to look to see if that shrub's going to get a lot of sunlight, if it's going to get a lot of shade. You're going to take all those things into consideration before you plant that shrub.
And is it something that they can start getting some, the soil that they need if they've got a lot of chert, and start mixing it in to where that's starting to be part of the system?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And I'm assuming you guys have plenty of staff there that can help them if they know, hey, this is going to get shade half the day. To be able to help them. Well, you want to stay away from X, you want to go to Y.
Yeah, absolutely. But you need to know that anything full sun is going to need at least 6 hours.
Yeah.
Anything full shade means just that, full shade.
It doesn't need to be in the sun, period.
No. There's hostas. There's some things that are recommended needs shade. You can get them a little bit of sun, but I mean, as far as their regular bedtime, they need a little shade.
And for I know a lot of folks are sometimes hesitant because if they've got pets, outside cats or dogs, do you guys help them kind of make sure they're staying away from things that aren't good for the pets?
Well, yes. I mean, most home plants are okay for pets nowadays, but now I usually try to help them find a way to keep those pets out of there.
There you go.
I usually recommend a little shrub called barberry that has some little prickly things on it.
Oh, nice.
Because I will tell you, I love my pets, but male pets are really bad about killing those shrubs.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're going to mark their territory.
Yeah.
They're going to kill those shrubs.
A little too much nitrogen.
Yes. So when
we'll let you guys that are listening fill in the gaps.
Yeah. So when you know that you have animals that are going to come out and play in your flower bed, prepare for it.
Yeah.
I mean, just prepare for it.
And, I just found out I had someone give me just recovering from some surgery, and somebody got me a get well calla lily, which I thought, and then she's like, this is great. She said, this is something, as long as you keep it watered, you can't kill it. And I'm like, that's right up my alley. And then, I had someone say, those are horrible for cats. And I'm like, well, what do you mean? They're like, if they were to get into it. So, it changed where I was going to put it. Again, it's not something that's going to sit on an end table. It's something that's going to get up on the mantle or up on a bookshelf, where it can still look pretty and have kind of a prime spot. But at the same time, cats aren't grabbing ground up there as they come in and out. So, it's crazy with that so much. If what I'm hearing today and what I've learned today, so much as we're getting here to close to the bottom of the hour is, you keep saying prepare, but really for the money someone's going to spend to put in a new bed, to do a mass planting, or to put in a garden, it's almost foolish not to, because you could very well be throwing money away.
Absolutely. And I mean, we have people, for the most part, our clients and our customers, they are prepared.
Yeah.
But then we have that occasional person that comes in and says, I don't have any place to put that shrub, but I really like it.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to take it home with me. So what do I need to do?
Yeah. Well, and you got and we're getting so many, especially with the housing going up around here, you're getting a lot of younger couples that have probably never dealt with any of that.
Absolutely.
And those are the kind of folks I'm sure you like, because you get in, you help them now.
Yes.
They're hooked.
Yes. And a lot, if they own a home, then they're ready for something like that. They're ready for those flower gardens. And right now, the vegetable gardens are extremely popular. And
especially with the grocery prices going up.
Yes. So the higher the gas, the higher the groceries, and you still got to eat.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to.
Why not grab some cucumbers, some lettuce, stuff that can grow and grow well around here.
Absolutely.
And when going back to your soil test, you said you guys actually have little kind of at-home kits.
We do.
What's a ballpark range for something like that for somebody to invest just to find out?
$5 or $6. It's
so
just
folks,
a little cheap test.
Talk about it. Okay, so here we go. Your Pro 93 Home Solutions tip of the day, brought to you by Misty Mountain Floristry Greenhouse. Spend less than $10 to make sure that whatever you're going to put into the ground is actually going to have a fighting chance.
Absolutely.
I mean, that seems like a no-brainer. I was thinking this is a $40, $50, thing, but less than $10, and they can figure out what they need to add to that soil, if anything.
Absolutely.
Folks, if you're going to, think about it. I've spent money on beds. I've spent money on shrubs. I didn't pick any of them up. I just was there to pay the bill. But I can tell you, there are times that, I spent $300, $400, $500 to make something look pretty and make and to build that out. Because, and what I found is that when you get that stuff that is going to be, some of the flowers and stuff may come and go, but the shrubs, kind of the centerpieces of those beds, those are the things you're going to be looking at for a while. So number one, make sure you like them. Number two, make sure where you're I've got one half of my house is in the shade all day. One half gets half a day of sun. I can't plant the same thing on both sides.
No.
And I learned that after about 3 years of burning things up. And I'd have this lush, beautiful left side, and my right side, everything would be down to twigs, except for one bush that I called, it was my Braveheart, my Braveheart shrub, because he was going to make it no matter what. But it was because just dumb luck. I didn't look at any of the tags. I didn't ask anybody. We just got what we thought looked pretty. And that's not a very smart economic decision.
Well, yeah, you want it to be pretty when you buy it, but you want it to stay pretty.
And be functional,
it to be in a happy place.
Well, listen, I want to appreciate you for coming in and making us a little happier today. I always learn a lot when you're here. Thank you so much for coming. And right before we get off here, tell everybody one more time where they can find Misty Mountain Floristry Greenhouse. 4220
Spring Place Road. You can call us at 423-728-5100. Visit our website, mistymountainflorist.com. Or hit us up on Facebook. We're always on there.
Well, listen, Melissa.
Doing something.
Melissa, thank you so much. God bless you and your family. You guys keep doing good work. We'll see you again here soon, hopefully.
No.
And for everybody out there listening, thank you so much for sharing another bit of your Saturday with us. Hope you guys are having a great day, a great week. And remember, take care of your family. Go love on your neighbor. And remember, we're all in this together. We'll see you next week. You've been listening to Home Solutions right here on Pro 90 or on Mix 104.1 and 101.3 The Buzz.